Okay, let's give you guys some more practice. So imagine now you're a farmer. The ratio of sheep to chicken to ducks is given by 7, 5, and 4. Now, given that the number of ducks on your farm is 36, calculate the number of sheep on your farm. But by the way, the plural of sheep is sheep. There's no s. Okay, so well anyway, find out the number of sheep on your farm, given that the number of ducks is 36. Okay, so anyway, press pause and have a go. Okay, so here the ratio of sheep to ducks is given by 7 to 4. So maybe you could write something like this: 7, 4. Now you're given the number of ducks is 36. So now it's a matter of you finding out x. You see, you want to jump into the x. So if what's that magical number that we need to times by in order, when we start at 4, we will jump to the 36, because we want to start at 7 and jump into the x. So here, if you times it by 9 here, and then over here you times it by 9 here, you see, when you get 4 times 9, it will jump into the 36. So you start at 7 here, you times 9, it will jump into the x. So x in this case will be 63. So the number of sheep will be 63. Okay. All right. Next question here. Okay. So now now you're given that the number of sheep is 77. Find out the number of chickens that you will have on your farm. The number of chickens here. Okay. So press pause and have a go. Okay. So here, well, let's extract this. So here you've got 7, and you want to find out the number of chickens. So the ratio at the moment is 7 to 5. You're given that the number of sheep is 77, and number of chickens, well, that's what you're trying to work out. So you see, you start here. Well, if you times by 11 over here, and then here you times by 11, well, 5 times 11, it will give you 55. So x here is 55. So the answer here is 55. You will have 55 chickens, given that there are 77 sheep on your farm, and given that you have to obey this ratio here. Okay. So next question here. Okay, so now it's getting a bit tricky now. You're given that the total of animals on your farm is 128. So calculate the number of sheep, the number of chickens and ducks on your farm. So altogether, you've got 128 animals on your farm. And well, anyway, calculate the number of sheep, chickens and ducks. Okay, so press pause and have a go. Okay, so well, remember that thing where we had, if you have your whole of something, if you cut it up into whether 7 plus this, that will give you 16. Well, if you get your whole of something, cut it into 16 equal parts. Okay, hang on, let me start again. If you get your whole of something, whatever it is, cut up into 16 equal parts. Hang on. 16 equal parts. 7 parts will be sheep. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see, all this here would be the sheep, and then you've got 5 parts chickens. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So all these here will be chickens, and you've got 4 parts being ducks. You see, this is your whole amount. So what you do, you get your whole amount, 1, 2, 8, and then you cut up into 16 equal parts. Okay, and then if you want to know the number of sheep, you would times by 7. Okay, and if you want to find out the number of chickens, well, get your whole amount, 1, 2, 8, cut up into 16 equal parts, because if you add up all of these, you're going to need 16 equal parts. well, if you want to know the number of chickens, then get your whole amount, cut up into 16 equal parts, and then take 5 parts. This here will give you your number of chickens. This whole thing here will give you your number of sheep. And if you want to know your number of ducks, then get the whole amount, cut up into 16 equal parts, and then take 4 parts. This here will give you number of ducks. Okay, so yeah, you can get a calculator and work that out for yourself. Okay, next question here. Okay, this one's quite tricky. So here you're told that the total number of chickens and ducks comes to 117. How many sheep are there? Okay, so the total number of chickens and ducks is 117. How many sheep are there? Well, anyway, press pause and have a go. Okay, so this one here, this one here, I think you really have to find a way for yourself here. Let's try and visualize what's going on here. We normally split up into 16 equal parts. Okay, 16 equal parts. So hang on, 16 equal parts. Hang on, so 4 here, 4 here, and then 4 here, and then 4 here. You see 16 equal parts, and then 7 parts goes to the sheep. So wait there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You see all these here goes to the sheep. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 here goes to the chickens, and 4 here goes to the duck. Well, here, but the thing is, the thing is, you're told that this part here comes to 117. You're told, the question is saying this part here, well, chickens plus ducks equals 117. So in effect, this part here contains 117. So you really have to think about this and try and play around with it. So what I normally do, hang on, is I'm gonna just call this whole thing here X. Okay, and then I'm going to cut out into X here represents all our animals on our farm. So I'm going to cut up into 16 equal parts. Okay, well I'm going to get X, cut up into 16 equal parts, and then well, looking at the chickens, if I times by 5 here, this here will give me the number of chickens. Okay, now if I get the same X here, and then cut up into 16 equal parts, and then times by 4, that will give me the number of ducks. Okay, this bit here will give me the number of ducks. Now, if I get this plus this, it must come to 117, and then I'll work backwards to find out X, and then X will represent the total number of animals. Okay, and then it comes to working out the number of sheep. So let me just do it, and then hopefully you can follow it through. Okay, so now I'm just gonna let X represent our whole population, if you like. So X represents a whole population. Now I could do this here. Hang on, I could say when I get X, cut it up into 16 equal parts, and then times by 5. That will give me the number of chickens. Okay, and then on a separate note, if I get the total population divided by 16 here, and then times 4, which will give me the number of ducks here. Okay, and now if I get this, add it to this, it should give me 117. Because you're told that the number of chickens and ducks equals 117. So I can just put it into an equation like this. Okay. Remember that X represents our whole population. Okay. So here it's just a matter of using algebra now. This multiplying our fraction, so it gets multiplied to the top. So this bit here becomes 5x over 16 plus, well, this here multiplying a fraction, so it gets multiplied to the top. So it will become 4x over 16 equals 117. Okay. Now, same denominator, so you can merge the two. So 16, and then 5x plus 4x, that will be 9x. Okay, over here it will be the same. So it's just a matter of working out x. So times both sides by 16. So hang on, calculator. 117 times 16 equals this. Equals 1872. This here will be 9x. Now divide both sides by 9. So x equals, hang on, divide both sides by 9 equals 208. 208. So x equals 208. So x equals 208. So that represents a whole population. Okay, hang on. So our whole population is what was it? 208. Okay, hang on. Let me clear all this. So our whole population is 208. Okay. Now, if we want to find out, so now I can rephrase the question. Now, if I have, if all the animals on the farm comes up to 208, how many sheep are there? So you would get this amount cut up into 16 equal pieces. Okay. So let's try and do this. So hang on, 208. Okay, 208. If we want to find out the number of sheep, so 208 cut up into 16 equal pieces, and then times 7. That will give us the number of sheep. So hang on. So clear this. 208 divided by 16, cut up into 16 equal pieces, and then times 7. So the number of sheep would be 91. So this here would be 91. Okay. Now, if you want to know the number of chickens, then it will be 208 divided by 16. So if you want to know the number of chickens, it will be 208 cut up into 16 equal pieces, and then take 5 pieces. So the number of chickens will be, hang on, clear this, 208 divided by 16 equals this, and then times 5 equals this. 65. If you want to find out the number of ducks, then it will be your whole amount cut up into 16 equal pieces, and then take 4 pieces. So clear this. 208 divided by 16 equals this, and then times 4 equals this. 52. So here, if you see, remember, originally we said the number of ducks plus chickens comes to 117. So if you add these two, it comes to 117. And here you must have 91 sheep. Okay, so 91 is our answer here. 91. This is our answer.